Oil prices are falling sharply to start the week amid expectations that the new coronavirus Omicron variant will lead to tougher travel restrictions around the world. International crude benchmark Brent has slumped 3% to around $71 a barrel. It's the latest bout of heightened volatility that's gripped oil markets this year due to the pandemic. For much of 2021, crude has climbed as the rollout of COVID-19 vaccines allowed major economies like the US, Europe, and China to lift curbs on travel and daily life. Brent hit a 3-year high of more than $86 a barrel in late October. Natural gas and coal also hit record highs as surging demand led to widespread shortages. Even with the current slump, oil prices are still up around 40% for the year. But the outlook for 2022 is muted. The International Energy Agency says markets are heading for a surplus in supply, with the Omicron variant threatening to slow down the global economic recovery. Now for more, let's go to Jeffrey Halley. He's a senior market analyst for the Asia-Pacific region at OANDA and joins us from Jakarta. Welcome back to the program, Jeffrey. Now, oil prices, as I mentioned, extending losses from last week as governments react to the Omicron variant. Just how big of a threat is this to economic prospects? Policymakers, we already kind of have a playbook on pandemics, right? So we think that maybe this is something we can handle better, or what are your thoughts?
Well, there's heightened awareness, but when we look at some of the policy responses from countries around the world, you'd have to argue whether they were wise or not. There's no ABC playbook here to manage a resurgent wave. What I am sure of is that there's a huge reluctance, particularly in developed economies, to shut those economies down again, and that will happen with the citizens there kicking and screaming. Nevertheless, in the short term, sentiment rules, and those concerns are rising about Omicron. To be honest, we just don't know enough about it yet. Imperial College in London says it's as dangerous as Delta. The South Africans are saying it's milder. We don't really have enough evidence to draw a strong conclusion, but the markets are voting with their feet at the moment.
So still a lot of uncertainty, but what do you expect from the international oil cartel, OPEC? Are they expected to restrict supply maybe in the coming months, maybe as soon as their next meeting on output cuts?
Well, the important thing to realize about OPEC Plus is they never closed their December meeting. And the reason they said they did that was it was just after the first Omicron drop down to $65 a barrel for Brent. They retain the option to immediately reconvene and change their production increase targets or even reverse them. And I have very little doubt indeed that OPEC Plus will reconvene if Brent crude falls towards $65 a barrel, and we will see some immediate action from OPEC. And that is one of the main reasons why I'm not too bearish on oil at these levels. The other is, of course, that it will take a lot now to close major economies and oil consumers. And so I believe that the fundamentals and the physical markets still remain strong.
All right. Jeffrey Halley, Senior Market Analyst for the Asia-Pacific region at OANDA. Stay safe there.